Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish. Welcome back to more Betrayal in Antara. And this time, we are heading south from Medova, not to Panizzo, but we've got one more stop to make before we go that way. I wanted to explore this kind of middle section that we skipped over, and if you were here for the last stream, we went west of Lugano, here to this intersection, and explored most of this, cleared the bandits off the main road at least. So there's still a few little cubby holes to the sides of the highway that we're going to explore this time as we head back to Lugano, and then we're going to go south to Sortiga, which, I mean, Balmestry was full of pirates, and Sortiga definitely sounds like it should be full of pirates, I think I said before, so we're going to find out, but not before we explore.
Wait here. I thought I saw something up ahead. We could be walking right into an ambush.
Oh, right. Oh, look at that. Up to 35. Nice. Kaylin coming out as MVP already again. I love it when she predicts these ambushes, because the thing is, even if we don't get a jump on them, at least they didn't get a jump on us. Okay, let's see. I want to shoot with her, I really do. Accuracy 46%. See, her archery skill needs to go up, but we just don't have any arrows. I've got to save them for something like a boss fight, you know, if there's a mage in the back that we really need to hit. So, okay. She's at full stamina. I will have her defend. Aaron, on the other hand. Let's get this middle guy. Better remember which one he is. Come on down here, dude. Did he just skip his turn? I mean, like, okay, but I was hoping he wouldn't do that. Okay, it's alright. It's not, because he's blocked, but, like, what am I gonna do? Lightning Bolt is so good. It's just really good. I can't wait to see what other spells we get. Ooh, which reminds me, hey. Okay, let's see. This guy, come on. Dang it. Alright, Kaylin, you get that one. Be more accurate than William. Oh my gosh. Oop, no. There we go. I feel like some of them are probably going to get away. Ooh, her shield came into play at last. Oop, they haven't escaped yet. We've still got a chance. Come on, get them, guys. Do this. There we go. See, I believe in you. He's got enough for one more lightning bolt. I'm going to waste it on making sure that guy doesn't get away. I just can't stand it. We're doing really well, though. Yeah, just one hit. That's not bad. William's turn? Nope, Kaylin's turn. Okay. Fair enough. Oop, now she's surrounded. Not good. Nice. I knew there was a third one I hit, but they kind of got all mixed up. You know what? Let's have you come down this way. That'll force them to chase her a little bit. And they'll probably, yeah, go to William instead. Oh, they're just running for it, huh? Wow. Gross. So the ones that I didn't even hit with Lightning Bolt left when she stopped engaging them. Oh, I hate you. Hey, her defense went up, though. Not bad. His melee and spellcasting, which is awesome. So, yeah, check this out. I don't think that I showed this off last time, but yeah, we have access to a new spell finally. his spell skills are high enough, and it looks like it was the area skill that we really needed, because when we combine area, create, and light, we get Moonglow, which I am almost certain is going to be the spell that lights up an area around us just like a torch. Here's hoping, anyway. Armorer's Hammer. And yeah, we're gonna rest somewhere between here and Sortiga, I'm certain, so. Okay, let's see. 3 jerkins, 3 swords, 2 rope. Let me mark that really quickly. See, I've got a system now. Oh. There we go. If the typing could keep up with me. There we go. We can come back for it later. I'll do that in between streams so it's less of a big deal. Let's see here. A large, locked, normal chest does not appear to be trapped. Well, let's find out for certain. Still doesn't appear to be trapped. Okay. Well then. My guy. Let's try to unlock it. Ooh, we finally broke a lockpick. That's the first time that that's happened. Okay, cool. So it seems kind of like maybe there's a chance for them to break. Okay, we'll give those to her. Should stack with what she's got. Yeah, at least up to 12 anyway. And the map should automatically mark that. Okay, cool. Well on our way. Just like the bodies by Aliero, I'll come back between streams or something, like I said, and grab that other loot. Now, though, party's getting tired and should rest soon. Bull. Y'all are weak. Weak, I say. Well, weak enough that... There we go. We'll go ahead and rest, I guess, because we don't want to get into another ambush up here. Woo. Perfect. And there's a dig mound. Okay. No monsters? I am fairly surprised. I am fairly surprised. Okay. Shovel. Hey, rations. Armorer's hammer. Torches. I'm going to take those because I haven't been using a lot of torches. I probably should use more. And I can just spam them. Okay, let's make sure that we mark this. Goodness gracious. There we go. Okay. And on to the south. Boom, baby. Now, we've already cleared most of this area out, like I said, along the main road. But there is... See, did they have anything? No, I did come back and get it. There is one place over here to the western side. Let's see where it is. Ah, right here we go. I saw that path, and I really wanted to explore it, but we needed to rest, and our inventories were full, so I let it go. But now, here we are. Let's see what lies along this path. Ooh. Ooh. Hey. Well, this is neat. Cool. Is there a river here with a little bridge? Anything over this way on this side? Oh, there's a dig mound. We only have one more shovel. I did not buy any more, and I need to. Go. Rations. Cool. Huh. I'm not sure if I want to eat food that I dug up, like, out of a hole in the ground. That doesn't seem FDA approved. This is a neat little spot. Looks kind of peaceful. Which means that it's almost guaranteed that something terrible will happen here.
Sorry to put a damper on your spirit of adventure, but I really need to report to my father in Panizzo.
Interesting. I wonder why he's not going that way. Maybe... Okay, so we found that letter with the seal of the noble family of Waterfork, and I was wondering whether we would be able to get to the west because it looks like Waterfork is well out of the way, and unless there is a passage or something, then that means that the road west from Medova and all the way around is the only way to Waterfork, because of course they're going to put mountains and forests in our way in order to control our path through the environment. So it seems to me that this is probably that. Like, what we're looking at here is that we can probably, since we're on the west side of the mountains now, if we travel too far up here and we can go around the forest and stuff, we could probably get to Waterfork, and we're not meant to do that in Chapter 1. So, okay, well, it is what it is. Does anybody else have torches? He's got 12. Okay, well, we'll just use hers. Keep going. Oh, and as soon as I light it, of course. The party should rest soon. No, they shouldn't. They should keep going forever. Until I'm ready to quit. Go ahead and put that out since we don't need it. Okay. I still need to go back and get that. Well, Logano is a short trip over that way. Of course, that's where we went before. So that means if we head south from here, we're going to find Panizzo. So we've got to head back towards Logano, and then we are going to take that turn to the south. So we've got a little bit of a walk ahead of us. Not too bad, though. And since Logano is right there, we can stop by the inn. We'll pop in, fill our stamina back up to full. No big deal. I'm eager to see what's down here because there has been something interesting at every twist and turn. Like, so one of the complaints that I read about this game when I was doing a little bit of research, trying not to spoil myself, but just to find out like what the game was about, was that it was a little more linear than I think a lot of folks would have liked. And I get what they mean. It is more linear than something like, say, Might and Magic 6 or 7, where if you want to run from the horrible monsters that are way higher level than you, then you absolutely can go to maps that are not really intended for characters of your level. And we've proven that by use of things like the Easter egg teleports to places like Dragon Sand, right? So if you haven't watched my playthrough of that, then it is on my YouTube channel. Feel free to jump over there and find it, because I'm a big fan of both of those games, Might and Magic 6 and Might and Magic 7. Oh. And I think that you will be too. Anything else good here? Nah. What I need to do is buy like whetstones and things. They don't sell those here, so. Oh. I just want to, there we go, rest. Excellent. Perfect timing. And so you can't travel quite the same way in this game as you saw. There are sort of invisible story barriers where William is going to pop up and be like, no, no, that's for Chapter 2. You gotta wait. I'm like, okay, so I get it. The whole world isn't open to us, but the world is also a lot smaller. Like, it's mostly seamless, as you can see from us jumping around, and like there aren't any loading screens. The game's not split into zones, but it still is a smaller world overall. Let's get this mage out of our way here. So if we could just go anywhere that we wanted to, then it might be too much. Very nice work, guys. Let me cover Aaron here and make him harder to get to. I've noticed that some monsters, like their AI, seems to understand when they are outmatched. And I'm kind of wondering whether perhaps that is a safety feature to keep you from grinding too much, if that makes sense. Like, you know, they don't necessarily want you to pile up literally all of the treasure. And since they don't have an experience point system here and instead skills increase based on usage, then of course that also means that the more battles you fight, the more powerful you're going to get, just like a leveling system, just in a different way. So I wonder if that's to kind of keep you not humble, but keep you sort of where the game wants you to be. Because it's not just the wounded who will leave, but people who are like, oh, they're kicking my buddies' butts. I'm just gonna go. Let's see there. Ooh, his lockpicking went up by 4 with that last chest. That's great. And her melee went up. Nice. Everyone is advancing quite well. Detect, area, damage have all gone up. Love it. Okay, we'll take some roast chicken. Go. We'll worry about some of this treasure here later. Oh, this one. I am, at this point, significantly less worried about things like money. I am sure that it's going to continue to be an issue because, you know, like a set of leather armor costs over 300 burlas. And so, you know, that matters. That means that the fact that we have 2,000, you know, armor for all 3 characters and armor upgrade. Oh, speaking of which, is going to be expensive. You're talking about 1,800 right out of the gate. Their swords are getting battered because I don't have any whetstones. There we go, up to 89. Wonderful. This is at 94. Hey. Nice. Now up to 97. Coolio. Cool. Cool, cool. I'm starting to get the hang of this. Just a little bit, I think. Okay. I hope we don't run into any dig spots because I'm out of shovels. I forgot to buy some. I even had it on my list, just didn't do it. Whoa. Okay. See, there are supposed to be trees here. And the game kind of loads in chunks, it seems like. And it doesn't always load the chunks evenly because it's an older game. I don't know if part of that is like, you know, it could be a processor issue. Like maybe it doesn't like 8 cores. Or it could just be because it's old. Either way, that's alright. I'm sure that it had some of these problems back when it was a new game as well. Okay, that's just this forested area. It's like there's a whole section over here where just like nothing seems to be really going on, but that's all of these woods. Interesting. I am always suspicious of like magically appearing and disappearing forests that don't really show up on my map. Hey, fieldworms. Okay, so I want to try something. One of you mentioned this in a comment on the last YouTube upload, I think, but we acquired the drumming skill. We were taught how to, like, charm the fieldworms. I want to see exactly what that means. I'm going to let Aaron do it, just because Kaylin and William are more, like, capable in hand-to-hand combat, and he can't hit these with lightning bolts anyway because they're not carrying metal. So, oh, she's carrying the drums, dang, okay. That's right. So she'll have to do it. Okay, well, no harm done. Let's see what happens. And maybe it will make them, like, run away or something and kind of skip the battle. And if so, that's fine because they don't drop treasure. So they're good for skill grinding because if you beat on them, then, you know, your melee might go up. And if they beat on you, then your defense might go up. But that's also not guaranteed. So see, like, Aaron's already lost 26 stamina, and if they're not going to drop treasure anyway. Kaylin struck the drum in rhythm as she'd been shown. The effect was immediate. Some worms began swaying in response, the vibrations tickling their nerves and soothing them. What does that mean, though? Does it lower their defense? Does it cause them to skip turns, maybe? Ooh, that kind of seems like maybe that's what it is. Like, we're faster than them, the worms don't move as often, but it seems like maybe it made them skip a turn. Oh, one of them just left, so... Interesting. Okay. Now these guys, on the other hand, we're not going to play the drums for them. What's us to play them out. We know how to deal with them, though. Oop, another mage. Okay, let's go ahead and get to center field. A lot of this really is about positioning. It's about learning to control the zones that enemies stand in and face, and like, the game doesn't do a great job of telling you where all of that is and how all of the moving pieces kind of work. But once you get the hang of it, it starts to make sense. Okay, let me... I'm going to have him rest, actually. That'll give him another consequence-free lightning bolt, hopefully. Guys, hit this wizard, please. Kaylin. There we go. Well done. Okay, I could hit this guy. I'm going to rest again. Yeah, because he's probably going to go for the fighters. Foolish. Stop him. Someone stop him. Get him. Gang up on him. We don't fight fair. Fighting fair is for silly people. Ooh. Now, at least if this guy gets away, Aaron could probably finish that dude off by himself. Let's do it. Yes, well done. Aaron got a kill. Not from magic, even. No, come on. That might have been the leader running because he seemed to have more hit points. Okay. Chicken. Chicken. Herbal powder. Okay, so a staff and 2 swords. I'm always disappointed when the wizards don't drop anything because that's who you always, like, expect to drop the best treasure in the average role-playing game, whether that's tabletop or computer games, I think. Video games, rather, in general. And it's often because, like, mages traditionally either can't or don't wear a lot of armor. And so that being the case, that means that you can often find things, you know, in place of armor, like protective rings or staves. You know, things that give them some kind of power, a wand of shielding, and so on. But this seems to be a fairly, like, low fantasy world. There are mages. They are a known quantity. William was surprised when Aaron turned out to have magic, and Aaron couldn't believe it because it was like something out of a fairy tale, of course, for him. But William also was like, well, my dad has a court mage because he's a nobleman. So, you know, in addition to running into, like, the Montari mages, magic is just a given in this world, but it is still treated as though it is fairly uncommon and special, which I like. The consequence of that is that not every mage that we run across, of course, is carrying an enchanted staff or what have you. But that's also okay because it's kind of like in 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. You know, versus something like Pathfinder. As a mechanical system, Pathfinder is sort of calibrated with the expectation that by a certain point, everyone in the party will have +1 armor and weapons, and if you don't, I wouldn't say you did something wrong, but, like, you're going to be finding a drastically increasing difficulty curve. Because that's what the game assumes, and that's what encounters are balanced for. Whereas, like, 5th edition is built on the assumption that you will never have a magic item other than maybe healing potions, which you can make with a skill proficiency. And then if you do find magic items, that makes them game changers. So it's the same way here. When we found that Ring of the Ranger that gave us +15 to Kaylin's scouting, it felt really cool and special, and it felt meaningful. It felt like a magic item that mattered, which is a great feeling. Okay, awesome. We've got a chance here to do a little bit of trading. So what we're going to do is she is going to take this shield. And then let's see, 98 and 94. 87, 95. Okay, first, let's go ahead and we are going to trade this armor around and give him a chance to exercise his repair skill. Because using it is the only way it's going to level up. Okay, so now we are at 97, 96, and 90. Okay, so let's give this 98 to Kaylin. And we'll give this 94. Okay, so I think that's about the best we can do. Take these shields because they're actually worth a lot, whereas the short swords, they take up a lot of space, but they don't sell for much. Even at 100%, they only sell for like 6 burlas. So that way, I think that that's the most reasonable amount of stuff that we can carry versus what we're leaving behind. Because, of course, I'm going to come back this way and I'll get everything. I'm just want to make sure that we are carrying the optimum distribution of treasure. More woods. Ooh, but not before more Montari. Okay. Yeah, you know, I really am too. There's a lot in it that I really quite like. I am in love with this ability to create my own map notes and the fact that they give you so many different seals of different types. The fact that you can steer using the auto map. I mean, it's objectively better, in my opinion, to have the open world screen here and have like a map in the corner or something where you can see it and not need to go into a map screen. But for what this game is, I appreciate that it offers that feature. And then once you get the hang of navigating the menus and whether you're left clicking or right clicking to access skills and inventory, being able to surprise enemies, you know, a lot of the other stuff that you can do, your options in combat, it really impresses me. Every time that I play, I feel like I am finding something new that I like about it. And that's great. I do want to check how his spell is progressing, but that makes me feel like, you know, even if I wasn't playing it for an audience, this is a game that has sucked me in, and I would definitely enjoy playing it for myself. So I'm sorry that I missed it the first time around now, even more so than I was at the time, but at the same time, I'm glad that I'm discovering it now. And we have a new spell, Moonglow. Duration 1 hour. Surrounds the party with moonlight. Oh, okay, here we go. Now see, this is what I thought you could do before, and we weren't doing it. Like, in combat, it seems maybe with attack spells you can't do this. But with travel spells, if you increase the amount of stamina that you are voluntarily spending. Oh, there we go. See, and it's got the minimum, and then, okay. Okay. See, this is what I mean. Like, I'm just now discovering this and figuring this out because I've not been using these spells an enormous amount. So, what is lit up, the number of gems that are lit up around the plate, shows you the maximum amount of stamina you can spend. And as you do that, it gets incrementally better. So like this would last for 10 hours versus if I spend the minimum amount of stamina, it only lasts for 1. Same thing for Resonance of Fortune, except that I have to spend the stamina in increments of like 2 increases instead of 1. So I can spend 7 or 9, but I can't spend 8. And each time it goes up by 1 hour. And I get that because the benefit is a little bit different. Moonglow, I was about to be upset, like, this is kind of a waste. It only lasts for 1 hour? Like, what's even the point? But if I spend 16 stamina on it, it actually lasts for 12 hours. And that's not a bad trade. So, that's really quite good. Of course, now we're back to not having any new spells to learn, but that's okay. Oops. It's the first time I've accidentally clicked no. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's, manuals were for sure a thing, and the game did tell me about it earlier. I think that it's fair to say I just misinterpreted some of what was going on, or it's been a long time ago because it's been several episodes, and I'm not playing in between, so of course that means that every time that I play, I have a week to forget what the game told me. Which I am absolutely gonna do. With gusto. Yeah, see, here we go. Like right here. you can see because the gems are not lit up, it only has 1 stamina cost. Same thing for static discharge. Presumably, some combat spells that we haven't unlocked yet will have a sliding stamina cost, just not these. And I guess it's because, you know, this is the beginning of the game. These are fairly basic. Finish him off, Kalen. He's weak. Get him. There we go. Very nice. Come over here. Poke him with your stick. For pretty solid damage. And when he hits just as well as the sword guys. Honestly. We're gonna have to camp soon. His stamina is down. They're about to cut into his health if they haven't already. Take this guy out. But, so yeah, like, manuals were definitely a thing, and this game absolutely had one. And you can find the documentation. I believe that the GOG version that I'm playing comes with the manual for download as a separate PDF file. And of course it's out there on the internet as well, because fans of the game have preserved it. Now, here's the thing. Some of you have even quite helpfully pulled up the manual yourselves to aid me along when I was getting stuck on things as I was playing. And what we have discovered, what you have told me, and what I have seen for myself from looking at it, is that the manual is not super helpful. So the game is a little obtuse in places, partly because the manual is kind of poorly written. Okay, 2 stealth. I think his so good. So yeah, like the game has a manual. Manual's not great. So that is a bit of a shame.
Wait here. I thought I saw something up ahead. We could be walking right into an ambush.
Thank you again, Kaylin. And her scouting went up again by 1 point. So she only needs 4 more points to be maximum for this this chapter, which is great. Loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Let's get rid of this wizard here. Okay, let's see. Black Montari. Usually when there's like 5 of them like this, they generally have a leader in there somewhere who is a bit more powerful. There we go. Come on. Yes, get nearer so I can use my assessment skill on you. No, you don't get to run away. Okay, we have to finish the mage first. Ooh. I'm gonna do this, aren't I? Yeah. Oh, I can't see him. Drat. Okay. William will have to run up there. Get him. Don't let him get away. Excellent. Please finish him with this hit. Oh my gosh, Kaylin. Kaylin, please. You are killing me, Smalls. See, even Aaron got one. Let's be real here. Man, I remember some of the instruction manuals that came with some old games, and people put a lot into them. Back when games came with a lot of physical, you know, stuff, it was like, you know, swag was kind of part of it, in the same way that now, as games are going more and more digital, swag is still a thing that goes with video games, but it's more like, you know, you kickstarted it, or you bought the deluxe edition, or you pre-ordered it, and the pre-order bonuses or the Kickstarter backer bonuses and so forth. That is the physical swag that you get excited about, you know, where you get like a cloth map of the game world, or you get, oh, he made it. Okay, well, we got 4 out of 5. That's not bad. Or you might get, you know, like pins with class or job icons on them. You might get a metal case to keep it in, and so on. And those are all cool, but some of that used to be standard. For example, Might and Magic 6. When that was new, and we purchased it while it was still like hot off the shelves, as it were, hot off the presses, however you want to think of it, it came with a cloth map of Enroth. Ooh, a lever puzzle. Nice. Looking forward to this. And I still have that original map. So, hello, welcome. Glad you could join us. And there are other games out there, like, for example, Lords of Magic, which is also a Sierra game, strategy game. The rule book for that, the instruction manual, man, it was like a 200-page novella that had lore for days about not only the different races and factions you could play and all of the spells that were in the game, but also some of the individual units, and you could read about why they sided with this faction or that and the history of the people, and they put a lot of work into it. It was really great. I respect the heck out of the people who wrote that. Now, the people who wrote this, the Antaran Empire's founder had an eye of sapphire blue, but the other one he looked through matched a gem of other hue. Okay, so this is not a bad riddle. I feel like all the clues are here. This is one of those where it's kind of disguised as, if you know the lore, probably, if we had met someone who mentioned this earlier in the game, then we wouldn't have to think about it. But yeah, see, I'm looking down here and I'm seeing ME immediately jumps out at me. And I also... okay, it could be... I do see RUBY. And I see like AMY, but I don't see a TH, so it's not amethyst. Let's try emerald first since you suggested it. Hey, nice. That's pretty good, especially because the ruby was there also. So like, that was the ruby was a red herring. No, but seriously, good eye though. You spotted it before I was even done explaining the riddle. But yeah, that's one of those where I think that they give you all the clues that you need. So there is an answer where if someone had told us about it out here in the world, then like we wouldn't have to think about it, but it was still there and we still had what we needed. Okay, I'm going to check the map here. Okay. Okay, so we're not to Panizzo yet. So these are like woods north of Sortiga, I guess. Okay, well, let's see what's over this way. Oh, more Montari. Okay. Man, these guys seem to be in a bad spot because apparently they don't usually raid, and this is an unusual situation. But at the same time, oh good, we got the surprise round. At the same time, the fact that they have been forced to come out here and raid like this, man, has put them in a real bad position because we are depopulating these guys. I'm gonna rest and get some stamina back. That way if we need a lightning bolt, we'll have it. Oof. A big solid hit to William there. Man, you've got a shield, William. You need to use it. I guess his defense skill is not high enough to encourage him properly. So I have learned, I've said it before, but if any of y'all are thinking of trying this game for yourself, it really does seem like most of the time, the most effective strategy for dispatching enemies is often to surround them, because that also allows you to turn them so that their zone of control, which is the one hex directly in front of wherever they're facing, can be manipulated. So you can take that off of Aaron and therefore allow him to cast a spell, for example, because now this guy is facing Kaylin. Now, I'm not using spellcasting in this battle. I probably should be, but I'm trying to save my stamina. He's gonna run for it. Yep, he's gone. We took too long and killed too many of his buddies, so... But yeah, just surround them and just mob one guy at a time. Seems to be the key so far. More armor. I love that. Okay, let's see. Speaking of armor...
That doesn't work.
Well, no problem. So, 94. His is still 96. Hers is at 97. Not sure if that one can be repaired yet. Yes. Good. So, 98, 94. I'm going to give her the slightly better armor because I think he does have a little bit more health than she does. We have room for a couple sets of armor here. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to take this with us, and that way we'll leave the cheap treasure. I knew there wouldn't be just nothing back here in this little corridor. There we go. What else is down here, though? I see this indentation over this way in like a path, so I feel like there has to be something. Whenever you see one of these little roads, it always does lead to something. Well, maybe not this time. Now, this is a feature that I don't like. The fact that when it gets night, your map gets dark. Not really a huge fan of that, to be honest. Oh, okay, maybe it's meant to lead us along this route. Oh. Dig mound. Okay. We will mark this and have to come back. When we get to Sortiga, we've got to purchase shovels. Cannot believe I forgot to do that. Especially with all of the, like, running back and forth to different towns that I did. And it was on my list the whole time, and I just kept not doing it. Okay, so it looks like we are right here in this little portion where the road makes kind of an L curve. So if we keep heading west, we're going to head towards Panizzo. That's where we're eventually going anyway, so we'll go there later. That means we need to head south. Trapped. Okay. Want to be careful here because once or twice before I have kind of run into an ambush because it was dark. Ooh, is that Sortiga? It has to be. Yes. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Good. Party's getting tired and should rest soon. Well, maybe they can rest at that nice comfy looking inn over there. And there we go. We have made it to Sortiga. Okay. Here's the fast travel place. Where will they take us? They'll take us to Balmestri for 300 burlas. Ooh. If you're bound for Balmestri, you'll cross Montari territory. Okay, so that's what we have waiting for us in that big empty space in between. And perfect. Here we're at the inn. Okay, before we talk to anyone else, let's go ahead. We'll rest. 6 burlas a night. That's not bad at all. Okay. Let's see. They do have a little bit. Okay, so I will rest again. That's what I wanted to check. Hours to rest. One. Oh, no. There we go. That's what I want. Because the shops will... There. The shops won't be open. Okay, what do you have to purchase? Ooh, wine. This is actually the first time we've seen wine. That's wild. William squinted at the label. Although most Antaran wine came from southern Tikor and Pionda, the quality varied widely from vineyard to vineyard and year to year. Okay. Nothing. I can't actually exit out of that menu, so you have to choose, like, shop and then back out of it once you get stuck in there. Don't see any hidden items. Nothing is showing up as something that I can pick up.
Oh, the farmer girl has a crooked smile and patches and stains on her blouse, and a braid that hangs all the way to her arse, and she lives in a tumble-down house. But the farmer girl has a smile in her eye as she waits for me in the cart. And of all the women I've known and loved, she's the one who stole my heart.
I really love that they slipped that in here, that like approximately every second or third inn you get to has a rousing tavern song that you can find and listen to, and they actually recorded them singing it. That's just, it's a neat little treat that they didn't have to put in there, but they did it, and I'm glad. Let's see. At the next table, a farmer deep in his cups was entertaining his drinking companions with a story told in such a loud, surly voice that it was impossible not to overhear him. We went out to milk the cows the other night, and what do you think I found lurking out in the barn? 'Twas an old crow of a woman with a face guaranteed to curdle milk in the udder. She had the gall to ask me for food, she did. What'd you do then, Clem? A cloddish loud asked. What did I do? I kicked her down behind the road, I did. Or kicked her behind down the road. Which is very different, I assure you. The men's ugly laughter made Kalen's neck hairs rise. When the guffaws died down, Clem dropped his voice to a mere shout and continued. But then after dark, I went out to check on my sheep. What do you think I see? That hag had come back and was dancing around in my new planted field like a possessed scarecrow. Well, if I kicked her butt down the road once, I did it again, I did, as she'll be wearing the imprint of my boot for a good many weeks, she will. The loutish clod grinned, revealing a mouth of blackened stumps, because they don't have dental care in medieval fantasy world. Hope you gave her the boot afore she finished her witching, Clem. What in Cor's name do you mean? The farmer now looked less surly and more anxious. That's what she was doing, a crop dance on your field. You know, a hex in the ground to suck the life clean out of it. My pa's fields were once crop danced. Not even a weed growed till he paid off the witch what done it. Well, I guess I got to her in time then, the farmer said with relief. My sorghum came up just fine. But if she comes poking her face around these parts again, I'll know to go after her with a pitchfork instead of my boots. The men roared with laughter and pounded the table with approval. Interesting. Because they've been talking about, like, there being a drought or a famine, you know, kind of all over the place, as well as pox. And, I mean, I hate to pin that on any one person, but if there is a witch in the game, and these people have upset her by, you know, just kind of generally being bastards to her when all she seemed to want was food, maybe there's a reason. I mean, consider that one of the places hardest hit is Imansi, and the nobleman in charge of that place is a D-bag, so... Let's see. William paused at the sound of sobs, then tapped gently on the wood. A young woman answered. Her hazel eyes were free of tears, though concern wrinkled her brow. Yes. Can I help you? We're strangers in this town, and the woman interrupted. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in buying anything. I'm taking care of a sick friend right now. I have to go. Goodbye. Well, a sick friend. I wonder...
It must be broken or something.
Okay, well, it's not that.
It must be broken or something.
Maybe if she's sick, the Fidali paste?
What am I using for brains?
Okay, well, I tried. I was thinking if she was sick, maybe we could give her medicine like some of these other folks. Whoops. Ah, another abandoned house. Ooh, with a brooch in it. One of you can carry it. There we go. You've got the perfect amount of room for these 3 torches, because that's how many you're missing from a full stack. Nice. Nice. Ooh, we get a portrait here. The door was opened by a young man who would be considered handsome, but for the dark circles of fatigue around his eyes. Oh, hello. Did my brother send you to beat me up? He said despondently. No, why would he do that? Because I'm such an idiot. Benji the idiot, that's me. My brother gave me the 3 rings for his wedding. He's supposed to marry Charisse, the merchant's daughter. She's beautiful. Wonderful. Benji trailed off, his eyes filling with tears, because apparently he has an unrequited crush on Charisse, I'm guessing. Benji struggled to pull it together. Wouldn't think the rings would be safe in the house, what with the recent Montari raids. I hid them near the coast. Then I started thinking that pirates might find them, so I went back, but I couldn't remember exactly where I'd hidden them. Aaron felt sympathetic. We might have a look around if we go out that way. Would that help? Yeah, I guess so. Since the wedding will go on whether the rings are found or not, I guess having them would make Charisse feel a little better, and that's the important thing. Okay, so we have a side quest. We can see the ocean over there. We're going to have to head down to the beach and find some lost wedding rings. Ooh, the closed shutters and barred door did not invite visitors. Nonetheless, William knocked boldly, because he is a protagonist. A beefy, pale man blocked the doorway. He wiped his mutton chop whiskers with a dirty napkin. I'm eating. What do you want? William decided flattery was the best approach. In our travels throughout the land, we've never seen such a well-protected, secure house as this. We just wanted to compliment the owner on his vigilance. Really? Really, Billy boy? That's your story? Okay. William's judgment paid off, unbelievably. The man was obviously pleased. Yes, well, I figure that as one of the most important businessmen in Sortiga, it behooves me to keep up a good appearance in my house, my friends, and my wife. In fact, I'm just about to marry a woman perfectly suited to that particular role. William muttered. Lucky girl. Yes, indeed she is. Charisse's father is one of the wealthiest merchants in Pianda. An alliance with him will provide me with the contacts and products I need to build my business. And what could any girl want more than to see her husband succeed? A little love and affection might come in handy. The man laughed. Now you sound like my kid brother Benji. Dang fool's gone off his head with puppy love. Made him absent-minded. Lost the wedding rings. Well, wedding will happen soon enough, even if I have to buy new rings myself. I can get them at cost, you know. Got good connections in the jewelry market. Okay, so this is Benji's jackass brother. Well, we'll see what happens there when we find the rings. Maybe we can set things right and convince Charisse to marry Benji. The only straight romance I care about. A well-dressed older gentleman gave orders to a number of servants, chefs, and workmen. He turned toward the party as they approached. Are you from the livery stables? William brushed some of the road dust from his clothes. No, sir, and just travelers passing through. Looks like you're planning a party. My daughter's wedding. Confound the girl. Now, you'd think if you were a young woman on the verge of matrimony and your father was throwing the biggest wedding banquet this side of the waste, you'd be deliriously happy, right? William reflected. Suppose it would depend on whom I was marrying. Yeah, he's a fine man, a good friend of mine, and a good businessman. I'm sure Charisse will settle down once she's married. Just a case of nerves, no doubt. When does the wedding take place? That's the blasted question. Never, if the priest of Henne won't make the journey from Nagano. Those damn Montari attack anyone who sets foot on the road. And on top of that, the groom's brothers lost the wedding rings. Of course, Charisse is marrying the eldest son. The youngest hasn't sense to stuff a goose. Well. Okay, so it looks like this might be a two-part quest. We need to find the rings first, since they're closest. But we have not taken this road, like, south all the way. Well, no, I mean, we did. I was about to say we haven't explored all of it, but we did come this way, and then, you know, we looped around the forest and back around. But what we haven't done... Yeah, what we haven't done is we haven't taken it all the way to the intersection because we broke off and went behind the forest and then came back around at Sortiga from the west. So there might be a few more Montari bands. If we clear them out, then maybe that priest will be able to make the journey and that will solve things. Let's find out. First things first, though, we definitely want to visit the shop. It's the first time we've seen a customer. Hey! A shovel! Yay! We needed one of those. Thanks for the free sample. Okay. Huh. So we can buy Fidali leaves here. That's great. And nudberries. Or nude berries? 161 burlas for 4 of them. This is new. A peculiar fruit. Both purple and green berries grew on the same plant. They grew throughout the Empire and were a particular nuisance in Tikor, where their influence could spoil an entire vineyard. Wonder what we use those for. Fidali leaves, on the other hand, we know that we can use those to make Fidali paste. I'm wondering here, so Fidali leaves is 3 burlas for 12 Fidali leaves. Ooh. Now wait a minute. Okay, so let me add this up real quick. So it's 3 burlas for 12 leaves, and we know that we can combine Fidali leaves with ale to make Fidali paste. 1 unit of Fidali paste sells for 6 burlas, which is enough to buy 24 more Fidali leaves. Folks, we may have just found a hefty little exploit in the game. Let me go and check something. Wanted to click those barrels out of habit. I was hoping they might have, you know, like white liquid in them to increase our luck. Okay. They're not selling ale here. They're only selling wine. And there may be a reason for that. And I think it's because ale is pretty cheap. More importantly, we haven't found another use for it because even in Lugano, they said that they were out of ale, but we couldn't sell them any. Like, he wouldn't buy it for some reason. So I want to test this. Okay, so stacks of 10. So if we sell all 10, 60 burlas. So, oh boy, folks. I think we found something really dangerous. a way to make lots of money for nothing. Yeah, because I know that a full stack of 12 ale doesn't cost like 10 or 12 burlas. So... oh boy. Oh boy. This is basically an infinite money glitch, isn't it? Like, if you care to just... to do that and just click and drag... you're going to turn a profit every time. 3 burlas for 12 Fidali leaves. That is 12 instances of Fidali paste. Ale also stacks in 12, and I think that it usually costs 3 or 5 burlas for 12 as well, so that means that a give or take 1 sale of Fidali paste pays for 12 Fidali paste, and then the other 11 are pure profit. So that means that every time that you buy 12 Fidali leaves and 12 ale, you are making 66 burlas. Okay, I don't know how much I'm gonna abuse that, but I really enjoy knowing. Huh. Okay. So, if we need a lot of money, we know what we need to do and where to come. Okay, well, let's go look for those wedding rings. There, I just did that to stop that music. And... yeah, if we need cash... well, we have a plan. Oh, no wonder we get a free shovel here. Oh, 8 free shovels. Oh, good, it's a full stack. Hey, and look there. Wedding rings. The 3 identical rings formed a traditional Antaran wedding set. 1 for the bride, 1 for the groom, and 1 to be passed down to their firstborn child for its wedding day. Go ahead and I'll mark that just in case. Well, so that was fairly easy. I didn't expect it to be super hard, but... so let's run back up there and we will talk to Benji, see what he has to say. Believe he lives in this house. Benji looked at the rings in amazement. You did find them. Thank you so much. Now the wedding can go on as planned. Aaron's smile died when he saw the look of sorrow on Benji's face. You don't seem too thrilled about that. Well, I guess that's my problem. At first I thought that if the rings stayed lost, then... but now I realize I was fooling myself. If I'm going to do anything, it's got to be soon. Aaron looked at William in confusion. William shrugged. Sounds like you've got things on your mind. We'd best be going. Oh, sorry. Yes, you're right. A lot to think about. But let me give you this for your help. It's a copy of Acute Senses and Perception. I've never had time to read it. Hey! Acute Senses and Perception. Aaron examined the book's broken spine, tattered cover, and yellowed pages, but couldn't conclude whether it had seen a lot of use or merely a lot of abuse. Acute Senses and Perception. So if an optics primer... or primer, however you pronounce that. Some people would debate. if that increased, I think it was scouting. It may have been assessment, but I think it was scouting. No, wait. Optics primer. Oh, no. That's the one that gave us +5 to our light magic skill. Okay, so this one, acute senses and perception. I am guessing that it's going to improve either scouting, assessment, or both. So let's see. Assessment is one of his tagged skills, but hers is actually still better already. She only needs 4 points of scouting. If it is scouting and it gives us a bonus of 5, it's wasted on her because hers is going up by itself anyway, and we would lose a point. So we need to give it to someone whose scouting is lower. His is 15 and 20. Since assessment is a tagged skill for him, and we don't know for sure if it's scouting or assessment, I'm going to say let's give it to Aaron. Aaron studied the book, a guide to meditative and observational techniques for enhancing the acuity of the senses. Although many of the approaches seemed bizarre or even silly to Aaron, he found some he looked forward to putting into practice. And it was scouting. +5 to scouting. Okay. Well, that's not bad. That puts him slightly ahead of William, so it doesn't stink anymore. Neither of them can compete with Kaylin, but we're not trying to. Oh, and her stealth is almost maxed out, too. Nice! My girl! Alright. Let's see. I want to see how this turns out. Okay. So, there won't be a wedding if something isn't done about all the Montari prowling the roads. So, I was right. We still have some Montari bands that we need to take care of, probably over in the east towards that intersection. So, we know where we need to head next. We can loop around because there's that other dig mound up there that we had to leave. Now that we have a full stack of shovels again, we can go back up there and see what was inside. First, though, let's see. Anything over here? Any more buried treasure on the beach? Perhaps? Could we be so lucky? Oh, there are field worms. Great. Party's getting tired and stood rest soon. Okay, well, let's go ahead and fight these then. Man, they are big out in the overworld like that. I don't like it. Not a fan. Alright. Oh! I just saw your message there. They can read it too. Oh, it's not single use? Do you know, I didn't even think of that because the optics primer, or primer, it was +5 to light magic. But of course, only Aaron would be able to use that because he's the only spellcaster in the party. So it makes sense that it would be useless for them. So I just assumed it was single use. And that doesn't actually have to be the case. Okay, well then, if that is the case, then it's not a waste to have her read it. It just means that then we can untag that skill for her. We'll try that as soon as we get out of the fight. Why did you even do that? You didn't move. I think they have to do their little animation even to change facing in the same hex, is what it is. So that's why sometimes you'll see that they are adjacent to a target and they'll disappear into the ground and then pop back up, and it's because they can't just like turn on a dime. There we go, another one bites the dust. Come on, Aaron, take him out. Not quite, huh? Alright. Kaylin's got it. There we go. We'll have him rest and recover some stamina, since he can't make it all the way around. For some reason, I'm not 100% sure why, but these worms are difficult to target, and it's like they don't always want to move into these hexes, like, adjacent to them. And I see, like, look, he doesn't want to move in here, even though the worm is threatening Kalen. But these are both red for him. See, so I'm really not sure exactly what that indicates. I'm just treating it as some special property of the worm right now. Walk without rhythm, so you don't attract the worm. Alright, let's try this. Hey, now. Cool. And, oh, that's really great to know. Okay. Oh, you can't walk on their corpses? I can walk on other corpses. But the worms may be different, though. Because that was, like, some of that was where they were leaving the holes they had dug in the ground. Maybe that's why. It's like a gopher hole. You can't step in it. But this is great to know. So I was worried because she was at 36 of 40. And 40 is the maximum for Chapter 1. That one of the points would be lost if it gave her +5, because that would be 41 and she would be at the cap. But it actually did take her to 41, so it looks like 40 is the cap for natural improvement through use of a skill, or in the case of Aaron's spellcasting, like research over time. But with the book where it gave that +5, it actually put her over the cap. Cool. Really cool. Okay, so we can untick scouting now. And... I'm not really sure what to put it in. We haven't done a lot of foraging. I feel like that's going to be important later. But his is also 38. And he doesn't need much to improve it. If nothing else is going up, see, then each of these will increase faster. I might leave it like that, because the only other thing that's really going to go up in a hurry might be assessment. The thing is, she does have the best assessment skill out of everybody, even though it's a tagged skill for Aaron, because he started out behind her. She came with a good skill. Okay, I'll tag assessment then. And... oh, okay, we need to get the book onto William, so... got to do a little bit of juggling. There we go. Cool. That puts him at 20. Excellent. Higher scouting is pretty much always better. Now, the thing about this is, tell me if y'all know, once I have used this, they can only gain a benefit from it one time, I'm sure. And, like, for this one at least, I couldn't sell it, nor could I sell this, and no one else, I guess, can use those. So I'm presuming I can probably just throw those away after I've used them? Like, if no one's going to buy them, there's not really a reason to keep them, is there? Oh. I see some more Montari, I guess. I keep doing that because of Titan Quest. Well, that's alright. I'm almost done with Titan Quest. If you haven't been watching that on YouTube, then we only have a few episodes left because I'm doing the Atlantis expansion now. And then maybe I can get out of the muscle memory habit of hitting M to try and turn the map off. Dang it, Aaron. That's his next tag skill, is stealth, for sure. Okay. Pirate Mage goes down first. This guy gets a lightning. That would be awesome if there was a bookstore or something where we could sell those used books. Not just because I would prefer to sell them than simply throw them away. Wow, that was a big hit for a wizard. But also because when you sell something to a shop, it seems like they keep it, and therefore you can, like, go back and get it if you need to, if it turned out to be a mistake. Oh, he's at 3 stamina because of that hit. I better just punch him. Come on, William. This mage is beefy. Usually, mages go down, like, in just 1 or 2 hits. including these pirate mages. Man, this guy is tough. There we go. I was starting to get worried. Oh, they saw him go down and they were like, nah. Nah, fam. Ain't nobody got time for that. Alright, let's take these other guys out. Pirates tend to have pretty good loot, so I'm hoping... Come on. I'm hoping to actually take them all down, except for the one that already got away. Now this guy's gonna run on his turn. I knew it. Man, I almost want to fight that again. We'll wait and see what they're carrying. If they're carrying really good stuff, like if they've got a bunch of long swords and leather armor, I will absolutely load it and just fight the battle again. I will cheese a fight. Out of spite, if nothing else. Because look at this. Just every hit is missing. And he got away too. Great. You know what? No, I am going to load that. I refuse to accept that. That should have been an easy fight. Let's do that again. Okay, let's try this. Take one of them out first. Because the mage can't cast spells anyway if he's being threatened by Caitlin. Okay, he's going to try to run for it. That's okay. Because Caitlin can hit him, take him out, and then we can go in and threaten the mage with Aaron so he can't cast a spell. William's going to beat on him a little bit. Ouch. Kaylin will hit him, and that way William can turn and take this guy off of Aaron. For what it matters, since he's got 3 stamina. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I'll go ahead and hit the mage in that case. Because that's not a good place to be, wizardly speaking. Oof. Dang, man. Come on, block. This mage has just got too many hit points. There we go. Okay, I'm going to come over here with Aaron. Threaten him so he's less likely to move. Dang. Kaylin's turn. There we go. Oh man, I've got so much Sen water. I need to be drinking Sen water. I keep forgetting I have it. Honestly. I knew that. Okay. Honestly, I almost feel like that came out worse, even though we got 2 guys that time. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it. 2 leather jerkins, a short sword, and a wooden staff. We're like jerks. Am I right? What did I say? Short sword and a staff? It really does not want to type my R's. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure that I saw a treasure chest. Yeah, pirate treasure, baby. Okay. I'm actually going to rest first to refill their stamina. Because I want to use this again. Medium, unlocked normal chest. It appears to be trapped. Okay. So, this is our first trapped chest. I'm not 100% sure what to do. I'm assuming since we're aware of it, like, we won't trigger it? Okay, William put a hand on Aaron's shoulder. We already know this chest is trapped. Opening it without disarming the trap might be unpleasant. Okay, so it gives you the option. Alright, so we're going to have to use lockpicks. First, though.
That doesn't work.
No. Just wanted to make sure. 90%.
What am I thinking?
Thinking that you should repair your armor.
That's not right.
Okay, well, I guess it's as good as he can make it. Trade that 89 out for a 94. And 90. Okay, well, it's close enough. Alright. Actually, since I did that, I don't want to forget that I moved that armor around again. I'll save it. Okay, let's pick this. Oof! Dang, a surge of electricity hurled William backwards 10 feet through the air, sending him crashing to the ground with a grunt of pain. The air smelled of burned flesh, but the chest stood open. And ironically, there's lockpicks and armorer's hammers in there. Okay. Well. No, I don't want to save it. I want to load. I'm going to cheese that because it is so hard to... There we go, improve that skill. See, and you heard it come up. Excellent. We don't have a whole lot of space. We're going to have to take the brooch and...
That's not right.
Here's what we're going to do. Those won't stack for some reason. I haven't figured out how to combine stacks of similar items. So together, those are taking up 2 spaces, and they only total to 11 hammers. So we're just going to take the 1 stack of 14 hammers and be on our way. Okay, so 10 lockpicks, 11 armorer's hammers. And... let me mark here. 10 lockpicks. 11 armorer's hammers. You know, actually, when you interpret it that way, it makes a lot more sense. Because on the one hand, things like these potions, you know that that's a quantity. You know, like there's 2 doses of tongue coat. But on the other hand, like these lockpicks, it might be, yeah, it might be uses or something. Maybe that's why they don't stack. That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. That might just be it. Okay, well, here's some more Montari. Dang it, Aaron. His stealth is just the worst. Okay. But we know how to deal with these. Like this. Lightning bolt. Boom. Boom, baby. Honestly, the Montari, I don't know if this is because they're more common, but they just don't seem to be nearly the same level of threat as the pirates do. Which is kind of wild. We can take them down in fairly short order, though, thankfully. And as soon as I say that, they begin to miss industriously. Every attack. Come on now. Hit something. I know they get worse as their health decreases, but still. Static discharge. punch. A swing and a hit. And he's gonna run for it. Kaylin, catch him. Good girl. I have 5 stamina. I'm gonna go up there with my staff. There we go. Excellent. Man, skill ups left and right. His melee's at 34 now. His lockpicking jumped up to 30. That's good. His melee's at 21, which is pretty solid. Detect is almost maxed out, which is great. That's what I want. And her melee is increasing as well. Wonderful. Oh, and some replacement armor, too. Let's see. She had the worst armor, I think. Oh, wait, that's right. You can't take armor off unless you trade it. Let's see. 94? I have to juggle things. There we go. And all of these delicious foodstuffs. Okay, leather armor, a small shield, and 4 short swords. I'm wondering, because this is the intersection, if that was the last of the Montari blocking the road. I bet it was. We're going to check around a little bit. But I think that may have done it. That goes to Balmestry. This is going to take us up north. This is the area that we want to check and like make sure that it's secure. I don't see any more. Oh, nope, there is one more group. Okay, let's go. Oh, and they've got a wizard this time. Well, wizard me this. Why can I not move there? I'm gonna. It's just indicating that's his zone of threat or whatever, I guess. Him, we can just hit. Boom. I should have rested, because now I don't have any spell-like juice. Oop, they're going all over the place. Chase down that wizard. He's trying to get distance. Looks like one of them's probably going to run away, that guy. Hit somebody. There we go. Oh, his shield blocked it. Oof. You good, Kaylin? Oh, he is coming back. Ooh, blocked it again. I wonder if that's the leader. Yeah, that's the leader. Okay. We'll see if we can get some stamina, because that's my fault that I came in without any. 9, one more. Okay, that gives us a lightning bolt. We need to bolt him and take him out, because the leaders are significantly tougher. As they should be, as you would expect, you know. Okay, I don't think that I can hit him from here. I think William is blocking the way. Yeah. So I'm going to move over here to give us a more commanding view of the battlefield. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and hit him and see if we can take him out without a spell. And if we can, that's great, because then I can use the spell on one of the mooks. Whew. You can tell we've come a long way, though. Like, we've got better equipment. We're hitting a little bit harder when we... There we go. He goes down. And perhaps most importantly, like, they're not hitting us nearly as hard as they used to. We're not, I don't feel nearly as much in danger of dying, which is great. Of course, Kaylin's fighting like crap now because she's beaten to hell, but that just makes sense. And it's a known quantity. So she's dealing like 1/3 of her usual damage. Come on, William, finish it. Okay, it's gonna be Kaylin's turn first. William is so slow. Phew. Alright. Now this is probably the last of them. Grab this food. And... excellent. 95. This is 94. That'll make it 96. And hers is 92. We can get it up to 95. Not bad. Not bad at all. And that's 95, so we can... we'll drop this 90, take the 95 with us, and then come back for that later. Okay, so leather armor, a staff, a shield, 3 swords. And since up there is where we already were, I'm guessing that that's it. So, we will head back to Sortiga and deliver the happy news. I hope it's happy news anyway. I mean, like, I'm rooting for Benji. It was 4 swords, wasn't it? No, it was 3 swords. Not like Legend of Zelda, you know. There we go. Love that. Love the ability to do that. Okay, now, the only other thing I want to do along the way is we have a handful of slots here and there. And if we have to, we can dump something. Like, for example, some of this leather armor. Including in some of the dead bodies that we've left already over this way. But you remember up here, there was a dig mound. I want to see what's in there, because we didn't have shovels at the time. There was nothing that we could do about it. But now there is. Here we go. Whoop. Let's see what exciting treasures await. Somehow she wound up with this. There we go. William's the shovel carrier. 14 whetstones. Hey. Awesome, because my goodness, we needed those. Was I not just saying a little while ago? There we go. Excellent. Okay, so we need to get those into his inventory. She has them. This is the easiest way. I will just put that down for a moment. I can pick it back up here in just a sec. Whew, man. His sword's at 38%. Goodness gracious. Hers is probably even worse. 1%? Oh my gosh. Got it up to 31% though. That's pretty good. See, if we have the whetstone and keep it on us and he's always repairing it, I think we get a net gain because his repair skill is pretty decent. 32 out of 40. So that means that, you know, let's say that it takes 1 durability of damage in a fight, you know, then... go. It's like, that's recoverable. Drat. How was this arranged? Okay. There we go. Okay. But yeah, so if it takes like 1 durability of damage and then he's adding 30 to it because of his skill, then as long as we repair after every fight, whenever we rest, that's pretty good. We'll wind up recovering all the way back up to 100% perhaps. We just didn't have whetstones and couldn't do it. Phew, they were battered. That's okay. The wedding will wait, right? Boom. Haha. Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking when I saw that her sword was at 1%. It's like she's effectively hitting them with, like, you know those little, like, telescoping metal batons that people use for presentations to, like, point at specific things on a whiteboard or a blackboard or a PowerPoint? Like that. Let's see if we can talk to Benji first. No. Okay. So we'll talk to the dad down here. Here we go. William stepped up to the merchant. Sir, we've defeated the Montari between here and Logano. Now the priest can come officiate at the ceremony. That's the best news I've had all day. One worry gone at least. The merchant showed his gratitude by bestowing a gift on the party. A gift that fit in our inventory, I guess. Don't know what it was. Was it that pearl? Yes, I believe it was the pearl. Yeah, because we did only have 3 of those, so he gave us a pearl. Nice. It's worth a lot of money. We just have to figure out where to sell it. We did find a place that bought jewels. But which town was it in? It wasn't in Montari. I was thinking it was Logano. I was pretty sure. But I may be mistaken? No, I don't think it was. I think it actually was Aspreza or Balmestri, because that's when, back at the beginning of the game, we got our first pearl. And I was looking for somewhere to sell it because no one would buy it, and then we stumbled across a place, and I was like, oh good, we can sell it here, and then we can always come back and buy it, like if it turns out that I mistakenly sold a quest item or something, and oops, we needed that pearl. So I'm thinking that that was Balmestri. Well, that works out because that's where we're going next. Not gonna lie, because there's so many corpses littering the area here, I'm gonna go in between streams, I'm gonna grab all of that stuff and probably take it up to Amatsi and sell it. So maybe they did, yeah, because that's the only like general store that we found where, as opposed to specializing as a weapon or a potion shop or something, that they just kind of had things like rope and whetstones, and we need to get more of that anyway. We need shovels, we need whetstones, and we need to clear some of this junk out of our inventory. Maybe they'll buy those books too. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna collect all of these corpses, just like I did last time around Aliero and stuff like that. I'm gonna grab all of that junk that we left. I'm gonna take it to Imatsi and sell it. And then we're gonna see if we can head over this way to Balmestri, and we'll clear out the last of this area here. That's the last place that we haven't been that we can go to before we go to Panizzo. So that's it. I'm guessing that when we go to Panizzo, that'll be the end of Chapter 1. So thanks for bearing with me so far. I know we've been off to a bit of a slow start because I keep retracing my steps, but I've been getting used to the game and I'm really into it. And now that we've hit all of these different towns and seen what they had to offer, we've done some side quests. I'm pretty excited for the end of Chapter 1, so we're going to go to Balmestri this way. I'm going to tie up any loose ends. Like, I want to find out more about this witch in Sortiga and see if maybe we can find and talk to her. If she's the one who's causing the drought, maybe we can stop it or something. Because we still need to, like, one of the reasons I want to go to Balmestry is Farmer Briuna is still down there. We haven't been able to recover the deed to his farm. So I want to try and do that before we move on. And then we'll hit up Panizzo, and I'm guessing that's the end of Chapter 1. So look forward to the next episode, folks. Absolutely. Next Saturday, same time as always, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is New York and Miami time here in the U.S. I will see you there. Remember to follow if you're not already. Jump over to my YouTube for any episodes that you may have missed, and also all of the archived streams from our other series on Mondays and Thursdays. All of those games are there. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Pillow Fort. Message me, leave your comments, let me know what you think. Let me know what games you want to see me play as we finish up some of these series, because when Titan Quest is over, I'm going to have to pick something else. So let me know what you would like to see for the Thursday streams, and as always, thanks for playing.